Let's move on to midfield pressing. Let me highlight the area where you should put your opponent under pressure and try to regain possession. Here are the strikers, and here's your back four. So you're basically moving around the center circle about 2 yards into the opponent's half and 2 yards into your own. This is where you need to keep it tight, which means that your players have to stay close together. For example, players 7 and 3 have to stay attached in order to be able to double team if necessary. Same for players 7 and 9. In order to regain possession, the distance between each of your players must be short at all times. Now let's bring in the opponent in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Again, the red team is in 4-4-2 flat and the blue team in a 4-2-3-1. Basically, it's the same pattern as before, but now it has been shifted further up the pitch. The number of players hasn't changed. What did change is the space between the opponent's back four. The further up the pitch you start to press, the more this space diminishes. So if you regain possession, you now have to pass the ball precisely and not just pass it behind their back four, because in this setup, their goalkeeper will likely intercept it. Now let's look at some movement patterns again. Remember, you want to force the opponent to the outside. Number 4 receives the ball and your striker attacks him. And now you follow the exact same pattern as before. Player number 10 marks player number 6. The centre-back marks the striker while being closer to the touchline. The off-ball centre-back provides cover. He moves here. Player number 6 moves towards number 9. Player number 11 moves here to prevent a possible pass to player number 10. And player number 8 moves over here. As you can see, the movement patterns haven't changed. The only difference is the space between the back four. Next, player 4 passes it to number 2. Player number 7 attacks, player 9 blocks the passing lane and tries to create a double team situation. 10 is in position and number 3 moves over here. Your off-ball striker has to move here to prevent player number 6 from passing it to the other side. If we don't win the ball here and player number 2 passes it to player number 8, the same pattern applies. Number 3 moves up the pitch while player number 7 moves down. Player number 10 blocks the passing lane to the striker, number 11 moves here, player 6 is here, and number 8 shifts over here. Now we can triple team them in order to regain possession. But again, the only difference between defensive and midfield pressing is that the latter means pressing the ball in the opponent's half, while defensive pressing means doing so in your half. Midfield pressing also means that one part of your team is positioned about 2 yards into the opponent's half, while the remaining players are positioned about 2 yards into your own.